Hello and welcome to today's Facecast. Today is Sunday, the 19th of April. I hope you've already enjoyed our Sunday morning service that has gone out via our church website. This morning for this Facecast we are in a New Testament letter of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4. St. Paul is writing to a church that he established in Thessalonica in ancient Macedonia, or today in Greece as we would say, and he's writing to them about how they should be living and behaving, the things they should be doing and other issues that crop up in the life of the church. And in chapter 4 verse 11 and 12 he says, "Make it your ambition to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business and to work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, and so that you will not be dependent on anybody." So this is a piece of practical advice to those living in that new church in Thessalonica. This is how you're to live. Be content with the simple life. Well, if there was a sermon for such a day as this, it was in our Sunday morning sermon that Graham gave us. And here is another word of advice for us for such a time as this. Be content to live a simple life. We are all being caused to live a simple life at the moment. Make it your ambition, your desire to be a simple, quiet, to have a simple, quiet life. That doesn't mean to forget about anything else other than yourself and your own life. But it means be content with that which you have and don't keep longing after other things. I like the way he says to mind your own business. We might think of that as a modern phrase that we use sometimes, mind your own business. But there it is in Scripture. And Paul is saying to look out for the things that you do before pointing your finger at somebody else and what they do. Mind your own business. And work with your hands, as we told you. Deal with the simple things in life. That simple life, working on a day-to-day basis, putting ourselves right with one another and right with God. And he says the reason we should be doing all this is so that others, apart from ourselves, will respect us as people of God, the people who represent Jesus in this world. We need to be respected. Otherwise, we're not worthy advocates of this Christian life, are we? So there's a reason why we should do these things, so that other people will see that we are reasonable, honest and decent people. And he finishes by saying, do not be dependent on anybody. We need to live a life of interaction with others, and we do that very well, but we mustn't be dependent or reliant on others providing for us. We are required to provide for ourselves as part of the community in which we live. Well, we know all of this, don't we? Because that's generally how we like to live our lives and try to live our lives in this day and age. And the reason we do that is because it says it in here. That's where the teaching comes from. That's why we live the Christian lives that we do. So this Sunday, maybe that will be a thought for you for this coming week. Am I living my life simply and honestly and straightforwardly? Am I taking care of the things that I need to? Am I not being too dependent on other people to provide for me? Am I living that life which is honouring to God? There's much to think on and much to look forward to this week as we continue to live our lives in light of what Scripture says to all of us. Bye for now.